Where in the last few minutes, Sam Bankman-Fried has been sentenced to 25 years for what's been called one of the biggest financial crimes in US history. These are the live pictures from outside of the court. The 32-year-old founded the cryptocurrency exchange FTX, which made him a billionaire before it collapsed in
The fraud who played video games while stealing billions. November 2022. The Bahamas. A 30-year-old in cargo shorts is playing League of Legends. On his second monitor, 8 billion disappearing, customer funds gone, vanished into thin air. His company, FTX, was worth 32 billion 6 months ago. Now, bankrupt. Millions of customers locked out, life savings gone. His name, Sam Bankman-Fried. Everyone called him SBF. Forbes called him the next Warren Buffett. Tom Brady endorsed him. Giselle, Steph Curry, Larry David. Politicians took his money, both parties. He threw parties with celebrities, preached effective altruism, promised to give away his fortune to save the world. He stole it from everyone. And the whole time, he was playing video games. Welcome to the Monopoly Files, where we learned that on the board of global finance, the biggest scams come in cargo shorts. Today, Sam Bankman-Fried, the golden boy who fooled literally everyone, because everyone wanted to be fooled. Let's start at the beginning. Sam Bankman-Fried, born 1992, Stanford professor's kid. Mom and dad, both law professors at Stanford, tax law, ethics law. SBF goes to MIT, studies physics, graduates 2014, gets hired by Jane Street Capital. Wall Street quant trading firm, makes millions, works 3 years, gets bored, discovers effective altruism. The philosophy, make as much money as possible to give it all away. Crypto goes insane. Bitcoin hits $20,000. SBF spots an arbitrage opportunity. Bitcoin costs $10,000 in the US. In Japan, $1,100. He buys in the US, sells in Japan. Instant profit. He founds Alameda Research, a crypto trading firm, makes millions, then hundreds of millions. He launches FTX, a crypto exchange. Think Coinbase, but faster, flashier, more features. FTX explodes. By 2021, it's valued at $32 billion. SBF is worth $26 billion. At 29 years old, Forbes puts him on covers, calls him the next Warren Buffett. He shows up to meetings in cargo shorts and a wrinkled t-shirt. Sleeps 4 hours a night, plays League of Legends during investor calls, and everyone thinks it's genius. He's so authentic, so focused on the mission. He's stealing customer money, billions of it, and nobody noticed because he looked too awkward to be a criminal. Let's talk about the Bahamas penthouse. $40 million oceanfront paradise. SBF moves FTX headquarters there for tax reasons. 10 roommates, his top executives, and their girlfriends, all in one penthouse. Oh, and they're all sleeping with each other. Not a joke. It was a polycule, polyamorous group. Meet Caroline Ellison, SBF's on and off girlfriend, CEO of Alameda Research, the trading firm. She's 28, no finance experience. Got the job because she dated the boss. Her qualifications? A math degree and a Tumblr account where she posted about Harry Potter and rationalist polyamory. This woman controlled $14 billion in assets. Inside the penthouse, no furniture, just beanbags, pizza boxes everywhere, gaming PCs, amphetamine pills scattered around. SBF plays League of Legends during board meetings. Literally. Investors are pitching. He's mid-game, and they thought it was brilliant. He's so focused, multitasking genius. Here's what nobody knew. FTX customer deposits, your money, was being secretly sent to Alameda. You deposit $10,000 on FTX to buy Bitcoin. FTX takes your $10,000 and loans it to Alameda. Alameda gambles it on risky crypto trades, venture investments, real estate. Alameda loses billions. Where's your money? Gone. And SBF, still playing League of Legends? Because why worry about $8 billion in missing customer funds when you're about to hit diamond rank? But SBF wasn't just stealing. He was buying influence. 2022 midterm elections. SBF donates $40 million. to politicians. Democrats, $37 million. Republicans, $3 million. Second biggest donor in the entire election. At 30 years old, he testifies before Congress about crypto regulation. The politicians take his money, then ask him to write the laws. Let me repeat that. The guy running a crypto exchange gets to write the regulations for crypto exchanges. That's not lobbying, that's just buying the rule book. But politicians aren't enough. He needs celebrity credibility. Tom Brady becomes a spokesperson, gets equity in FTX. Gisele Bündchen, equity plus millions. Steph Curry, paid millions. Super Bowl 2022, Larry David ad. Hey, I don't think so. I'm never wrong about this stuff. The joke? Larry David is always wrong. Turns out, he was right. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, becomes FTX spokesperson. Gets paid $15 million, calls SBF a generational genius. After FTX collapses, O'Leary deletes everything, claims he was fooled. Yeah, fooled. By $15 million. Visual, SBF's parents, Barbara Fried and Joseph Bankman. And his parents? They're on FTX payroll. $10 million in property, in the Bahamas, in their names. Dad, Joseph Bankman, was literally advising FTX on tax law. Mom, Barbara Fried, helped fundraise. Stanford law professors, teaching ethics, while their son runs a Ponzi scheme. And they knew. They absolutely knew. November 2nd, 2022. CoinDesk publishes an article. Alameda Research's balance sheet leaks. It shows Alameda's assets are mostly FTT, FTX's own made-up token. Wait, let me explain how insane this is. Imagine you start a bank. You print Bob Bucks, your own currency. Then you say, my bank is super safe. We have $10 billion in assets. But those assets, all Bob Bucks that you printed. That's what SBF did. Alameda's $14 billion in assets? Mostly FTT tokens that FTX created. Worth nothing if FTX fails. Changpeng Zhao CZ, CEO of Binance, FTX's rival, sees this. He tweets, we're dumping all our FTT. Bank run, everyone tries to withdraw from FTX at once. Withdrawals suspended, accounts frozen. Customers panic. Life savings locked, gone. SBF tries to raise emergency funds. Calls everyone, nobody answers. November 11th. FTX declares bankruptcy. New CEO brought in John J. Ray III. This guy cleaned up Enron, the biggest fraud in history. His quote about FTX, never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls. This is worse than Enron. Worse than Enron. $8 billion missing. Signal messages leak. SBF to colleagues. We were basically gambling with customer money. No shit. December 2022. December 12th. SBF arrested in the Bahamas. Extradited to the U.S. Caroline Ellison flips. Testifies against him. Says SBF told her to use customer funds. Repeatedly. His CFO flips. His CTO flips. Everyone flips. SBF still claims he didn't know. The CEO didn't know his company was stealing billions. Sure, Sam. October 2023. Manhattan. The trial. Prosecutors bring mountains of evidence. Signal chats, balance sheets, witness testimony. Caroline Ellison testifies. Cries on the stand. Says SBF directed everything. Customers testify. One lost his entire retirement. $2 million gone. Another lost money meant for his daughter's cancer treatment. Real people. Real suffering. Then SBF takes the stand. Against his lawyer's advice. And he bombs. Claims he didn't know where customer money went. Claims he didn't read balance sheets. Claims he doesn't remember authorizing anything. The CEO of a $32 billion company doesn't know what his company does. The jury deliberates. 4 hours. Guilty. On all 7 counts. Wire fraud, conspiracy, money laundering. March 2024. Sentencing. Judge Lewis Kaplan. He knew it was wrong. He knew it was criminal. He regrets getting caught. 25 years in prison. No more penthouse. No more League of Legends. Just 25 years in federal prison. He'll be 55 when he gets out. If he gets out. His parents? Sitting in the courtroom, crying. The Stanford law professors who taught ethics. Watch their son get sentenced for stealing $8 billion. Wonder what they'll teach next semester. So how did SBF fool everyone? He didn't. Everyone wanted to be fooled. Venture capitalists wanted to believe because they'd make billions if FTX succeeded. Politicians wanted to believe because he was funding their campaigns. Celebrities wanted to believe because he paid them millions to smile in ads. Journalists wanted to believe and because genius billionaire saves the world gets clicks. And customers, they wanted to believe and because 8% interest on crypto sounds amazing if you don't ask where it's coming from. On the monopoly board of crypto, SBF didn't hack the game. He just promised everyone free parking money, and nobody asked where the money came from. The cargo shorts, the messy hair, the awkwardness, a costume. Because we decided nerds can't be criminals. If you're smart, awkward, and talk about altruism, you can't possibly be stealing billions. We did this before. Elizabeth Holmes, black turtlenecks, deep voice, changing the world. Fraud. We worship founders, billionaires, visionaries. We want them to be geniuses. So we ignore red flags. We ignore missing audits, conflicts of interest, obvious lies. Because the monopoly board of capitalism runs on belief. Belief that this time is different. That this guy is special. That you'll get rich too. SBF didn't steal from suckers. He stole from believers. And the cruelest part? The politicians kept his donations. The celebrities kept their money. The VCs wrote off their losses. But the customers, they got nothing. Because on the monopoly board, when the game crashes, the house keeps the money. And you keep the debt. Sam Bankman-Fried, the golden boy in cargo shorts, fooled billionaires, fooled celebrities, fooled politicians. He's spending 25 years in prison, but everyone who helped him, the celebrities who endorsed him, the politicians who took his money, the VCs who ignored the red flags, they're fine. Because on the monopoly board of global finance, fraud only punishes the fraudster. Everyone else gets to keep playing. Next episode, Google, Meta, Amazon. Billions in profit, paid less tax than you did. How do the biggest companies on earth avoid billions in taxes? Legally. Companies' legal loopholes, with armies of lawyers, offshore accounts, and governments that let them. Because the monopoly board has a secret rule. If you're rich enough, taxes become optional. But your taxes, those are mandatory. This was the Monopoly Files, where the rules are clear. Play rich or get played.